Listen, girl, we got these snacks here,
We do.
and we're going to need them for this next part. So I always say that our truth is our compass, and our purpose is our destination.
Okay.
Right? So you went through all of these different things.
Yeah.
What was that one moment that you said, listen,
my Listen Linda moment?
Listen, Linda, if it had been for God in that moment, then you wouldn't be here.
So the moment, fast forward from that space in Baltimore, recorded the album in the artist residence, wilding, ended
Not
up
wilding.
Y'all know, do the kids still say that?
Girl,
No?
yes.
Okay, I say all right. So straight up wilding. I got to a point where I released the album and felt like I had in some way arrived because I had this product in my hand. Quit my job, no savings, no plan. And it wasn't a God told me move. It was more so just that zeal. And got on a plane to go to Los Angeles with the little bit of money I did have to stay with an uncle and to meet up with a friend who was going to manage me. Got there and realized that I didn't know what I was doing and I was not as courageous as I thought. And so I was there for a couple of weeks and came back went back home to Philly to live with my sister.
Okay.
Didn't have a job.
You just hanging out.
And so now it was a matter of trying to figure out how can I pursue this life, this dream, this thing that I put out on social media, told the people I'm about to live my best life, told the people I got my album, check for me, right?
Not check for me.
All the things, right? But don't have no receipts and don't have no plan and even the faith and the hope that it can actually happen.
This wasn't a God move.
This was
all you.
This was all me. This was pride.
Yeah.
This was arrogance. And this put me on a track where now I was trying to figure out ways to make money. This put me into a path where I was now prostituting, where I was now out here just willing to make money in whatever way I needed because I needed to be able to live up to the hype. And I didn't have the humility. I didn't have the moment yet. But to get to the moment came in 2017 where I finally went through enough.
Yeah.
After having just got done, coming out of a relationship and just so many things where I felt dragged and was just from one addiction to the next, gambling, drugs, alcohol. It finally was a moment I can remember it vividly, just in my room where I was crying out to God, finally acknowledging him, finally putting him back in his place. And he met me in that moment. He met me. He spoke good things over me. He let me know that I was loved, that I was forgiven. He gave me a glimpse of my future. And from that day, from that moment, I ain't been doing it perfect. He know his child. But I'm out here and I'm committed to walking in that forgiveness and the vision and the purpose that I know God has for my life.
I love the transparency. I really do. We've been friends for a little while.
Yeah.
You ain't tell me that.
You ain't know all that, huh?
I ain't know that. So
it's a lot.
The viewers know.
It's a lot to know and a lot. It's a lot.
Listen, I really do appreciate the transparency. And when I tell you I have a similar story, I have a similar story.
Gotcha.
Like, it's just amazing to see how God never leaves us.
Yeah.
He always gives us that cushion that we need. He'll let us fall a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, he'll let us fall, but he'll give us grace.
Yes.
And he'll always be there to make sure that we don't break in the moment. We may bend a little bit, but we're not going to break. Yeah. And he's always going to be there to comfort his children and meet us where we can actually receive him.
Yeah.
Which is amazing because in that moment, you were able to receive him and able to understand that, listen, if I don't get this done right now, then it's not going to get done.
Yeah. It's like that breaking point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a breaking point.
Wow. I'm so glad that you're here.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you had that moment. Yeah. I'm so glad that you are in a space where you're able to influence others as to how to get past those moments and overcome with the strength of God, like right here with you. So I always ask people, what is the soundtrack for your life that explains that moment in time that really did put you in the position where you are now? Like, what is that soundtrack of Brittany's life as an artist? Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's many songs that you can resonate with, but I know for sure that there's one that is just like, listen, every time it come on, that's it.
Yeah. So as an artist, selfishly, the song is my own.
Listen.
I mean, yeah, you know.
Listen.
It's a song called Shine.
Shine.
And when I wrote the song, I thought I was like writing it about, I assumed that these lyrics were about me trying to shine for some person, like some guy. Like, the lyric says, you ever look up to the sky above and see nothing? No stars, no moon, just empty. Well, that doesn't mean there aren't stars anywhere. You're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Somewhere in the universe, the stars are shining. And just like those stars, I want to shine until you're new. I want to shine until you're new. And I'm like, because sometimes when I'm writing music, that's how God will just move, where it's like, I'm just writing lyrics and I don't really know the point of inspiration of like what it's targeted to. But God is so faithful, because like years after writing this song, he showed me that he was speaking to me. He's like, I want to shine until you're new. And the hook says, what if I told you I loved you and you don't have to do a thing? Wow. What if I told you I'm not like those others in the world? And it's like the Lord speaking to me to say, I want to shine. I want to just be. I want to be and exist in your life in a way where you don't have to perform for me as your father. You don't have to do a thing. You don't have to do a thing. And yeah, that is a song that constantly I go back to, and every time I'm tempted to perform, every time I'm tempted to feel like, God, I'm not doing enough to please you, every time this feeling comes where it's like all about my works and what I can do and what I can do to strive and to make God love me better and to do more for me, or whatever the narrative. It's like I can go back to this song and it's like, you don't have to do a thing. I will make you new just simply by me being who I am.
Hi, I'm Tisha, and I am the producer for B3, and I'm here to bring the ideas of dreamers to life through productions. I am dedicated to making sure that everything that B3 does is done in excellence. We're here to inspire and encourage others, and I can't wait to show you what we have in store. You can follow me on Instagram at Touch Management, and you can also follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Next time on My Life Unveiled. I know one of the quotes that I always hear you say is take the advice you give, right? So what did you have to do in those moments? What type of work did you have to do? What self-work did you have to do? Because I know you... girl, this is getting way too good. You better share this content. Tune back into My Life Unveiled.
Experience the power of women's storytelling on B3 Media TV.